Hi, welcome to another edition of Perfectly at Home. I'm Justin Burns with the At Home team, and this is David Pascal with Perfectly Clean Commercial Cleaning Services, and we're going to talk a little bit about some helpful things for your home while it's on the market. Hey, this week we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things that are particular to having your home on the market during the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, a lot of things have changed in real estate, particularly here in Oklahoma and really around the United States as well. And David brings a world of expertise to the equation here, being a commercial cleaning expert and a residential cleaning expert as well. And he's able to take those things that he has applied to businesses and bring that same level of really expertise into the home environment. And he has been great to partner with us and our client base. And he looks forward to partnering with you as well as we work with you in real estate. So David, talk to us a little bit about, we've got people who they need to sell their home. It's on the market. They're working with our team. And now we get to the point where eventually we've got people that want to come in and see that home, but yet now we're in the middle of a pandemic or an epidemic. And how can we make sure we're taking those precautions? What types of things are going to be the areas for exposure, and then how do you come in and help address those things from a sanitation perspective?
Sure. Well, thank you for the opportunity. And as we know, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so being safe and healthy is very important. So some of the things we want to look at when it comes to being protected in a home as far as showing or whatnot is to make sure that the complete home is sanitized and professionally cleaned.
Right.
So this is something that you definitely want to hire professionals to do. As far as like your touch points, which there's a long list of those, but doorknobs, light switches, anything that you could touch, you would want to make sure that it's cleaned and sanitized. According to the CDC, as a matter of fact, the steps that you would want to take is to first clean the area before you sanitize and disinfect. And there's a difference between sanitizing and disinfecting. That's something that a professional would know.
That's true, and that's a great point that you actually have that background and that training to bring it to the equation, because I'm going to imagine it's not a good idea for just the average homeowner to just be taking a rag and kind of smearing those potential virus germs all over the place without knowing the correct process to clean. And that's where we really appreciate you bringing your expertise into somebody's home after they've had people that have been there during showings, and then just for regular opportunities as well. And I think we can talk more about that in a minute.
Sure.
So as we are bringing you into the equation, what are some of the types of things that you do? You're bringing in, I imagine, some specialized products.
Absolutely.
I imagine also even just the actual rags and types of cleaning tools that you're bringing in. Can you tell us a little bit about how are you taking precautions during these times as you're going into people's homes?
Sure, absolutely. Well, first of all, we always want to have our proper PPE or personal protection equipment. So we will come into your home with a mask and with gloves. And we always will use gloves, but the mask is now something additional as the pandemic has become more severe. We also have hospital-grade cleaning products that we use that will ensure that your facility or your home is cleaned properly. We do use a color-coded rag system, so we use blue, orange, yellow, and green. And each rag is for a different purpose.
Great.
And we don't cross-contaminate, of course.
Excellent.
So that's very important. And then it's just a little bit of what we do. And we have a thorough plan to ensure that your house is cleaned efficiently and effectively. And then we also use a disinfectant that sanitizes and disinfects in one step, which saves you time, saves us time, and saves you money.
That's great.
So very important.
That's perfect, and that really helps us to understand. And that's one of the things that I think helps people be a lot more comfortable with having their home on the market, is that you're able to come in and help us to maintain that safety as we go through the process of people coming in and out of the home that we don't know. And of course, it really is, it behooves the people that are going to be looking at the home and the showing agents to be taking proper CDC recommended precautions as well. And we're going to make sure that we do that. So let's talk for a minute, because we've discussed this at some of our business meetings that we have together, and we discussed this prior to making this video for today. Some of the precautions for sellers. So a couple of things that we want people to know is that we really want to start kind of at the front door. As soon as people are on the property, we want to do two things. Sometimes PPE is something that is not always top of mind for everybody. So a couple of things that we're able to do as listing agents is that we're able to work with people like David and also work with some of our suppliers to make sure that we can have things like masks available, we can have gloves available, we can have the booties that are the shoe covers, because some people may not have the physical ability to always easily remove their shoes, so we're always trying to address the kind of the balance between the customer service of wanting people to come in and see the home and feel comfortable, but also taking those precautions. So we can have those baskets, the kind of these stations that are right there. And then also we can offer just some basic supplies that maybe aren't going to be as deep as what David does, but we can certainly provide some of those at the front door as well and ask people to take those precautions. Another thing that we can do and a homeowner can do while your home is on the market, that if you get notified that you're going to be having a showing, go ahead and if you're available and can do so, go ahead and turn on all of your lights, open your cabinets, have any of those touch points that David talked about earlier taken care of, so that it makes the best showing experience, for the possible buyer. And but it reduces the amount of touch points. And if that's not something that you're able to do, maybe you're at work, off-site, maybe you're out of town, that's something that our team can bring to the equation with pre-scheduled showings, is that we're able to go ahead and make it be a pleasant experience. And really, in some respects, it kind of provides more of a concierge approach to home showings, is that we can have everything ready and prepared in advance for the showing. So that's something that we can certainly do. And then on the back side of things, we can also provide some basic resources via David's company for the showing agents to go through and do a basic wipe down. Not as maybe high grade as what your company can provide, but just another layer of precaution, so they can go back through, and even though they're wearing the PPE that's been provided for them, they can go and they can wipe down if they did have to adjust any lights, et cetera, because we have to assume that to the best of our abilities, we try to reduce touch points, but there's still going to be some kind of something that somebody may need to operate, the front door, the lock, the keys, et cetera. So we're gonna take that into account. David, talk to us about some of the things that agents can do. So we're out and about, we're showing people homes. What type of resources, what might we want to think that we would have with us as we're out there? How can we protect ourselves and keep things sanitized on our behalf to protect our households, our families, but also the people that we're serving?
Well, it's a great question, and some of the things that we want to keep in mind is number one, as we've talked about before, the PPE. I would have a mask required for yourself and all potential buyers coming into the homes. It's just better safe than sorry. Disposable gloves, and that's something that you want to make sure that you trash as soon as you're done, not rewear them or anything of that sort. That's something that, as you mentioned, can be provided for your clients that are coming in to look at your homes. And also, like I said, basic wiping down. There's store-bought products that are ready to use that you could get at really any Walmart, Kmart, or any store. And basically wipe down the surfaces as people leave to kind of re-sanitize. So just basic things like of that sort.
So let's talk about this for a minute. So something that my household experienced is that we had trouble finding some of those products in the big box retailers, but a service that you've added recently is that we can actually purchase those types of products through your company, and you have a little bit of a better supply chain perhaps than kind of something that's kind of subject to the kind of the ebb and flow of retail. So people could actually be purchasing those products from you. We actually have the ability to provide you with a special kit from Perfectly Clean Commercial Cleaning Services that you can keep those products on hand while your home is on the market. And so that's something that you can certainly ask David or myself about, and we'll make sure those resources make it to you. Let's talk about the types of services, so not just during the pandemic, but also beyond that, but it certainly is a top of people's mind is sanitation and cleaning right now. A couple of things that you have provided to our client base that we've been thankful for is the move out, move in cleaning. So we've had a household unit living in a home, and those people sell the home and then they move out. Well, even not during a pandemic, oftentimes it's maybe not quite as clean as the next household would like it to be, because let's face it, when we've got boxes coming in, we've got people loading trucks, there's certain to be dust and a few things floating around, and that's where you come in, right?
Sure.
And you've done a fantastic job
Thank you.
providing move-out services to our seller clients. But then that also can be something that kind of serves double duty, because it is clean, and then we have the option now to sanitize in a pandemic environment before the next group of people move into the home. So can you tell us a little bit about some of those things that
Sure.
you can kind of do?
Absolutely. Well, I'm not sure if you're like myself and my family, but moving is not something that we enjoy. So it can be a very stressful situation.
Right.
So the move-in and move-out services that we offer is something that will help to alleviate stress for your customers and for our customers.
Yeah.
To be specific about the details of it, is we would come in and do a thorough cleaning of your home from top to bottom, all rooms, doors, cabinets, inside, outside of cabinets, your stovetop, your refrigerator. We pay special attention to your kitchens and to your bathrooms. Those are the things that a seller's going to really, buyer's going to really look at,
Right.
and they will judge you based on that.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
your floors are very important. We clean them very well. Vacuum your carpet. If your carpet needs extra attention, that's something that we can also handle for you as well. But the main thing is thorough, is detailed. We don't miss anything. We want to make sure that we go over every inch of your home that you're either buying or selling to make sure it's move-in ready or move-out ready.
Absolutely. And I can attest to the fact that it's not just a quick 10-minute process.
Absolutely.
You spend a large amount of time with your team,
Yes.
and it's fantastic, and it's been a great resource, a blessing here to our client base. And you can talk with us a little bit more about how we can provide David's company's services to you as part of our listing package, so that you have that stress that's just actually completely eliminated when you move out. The home will be able to be cleaned and sanitized, and then ready for the buyers to move
absolutely.
in, and that's great. Well, David, it's been great. Thank you so much for giving us your expertise today, especially during these times. We're going to look forward to be able to talk with you more and learn more tips about keeping our home on the market. But particularly during these times, I think it was important to bring you in and have you talked a little bit to our client base and just to the general public, and let them know how can they make sure they're staying safe, and how can your company help be a part of that equation. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll
Absolutely.
talk to you later.